Hey everybody, I'm Chef Marty Mangello, and during a long and distinguished career in the United States Navy, I served at the White House, NATO, and in numerous war zones. I've cooked for a king and a queen, several presidents, and a pretty precocious 4-year-old. Today my wife Stormy and I own and operate the Inn of the Patriots, ranked as #1 for a bed and breakfast in the world for history. And Stormy's also a military veteran and an amazing chef, and she's the love of my life. Together we cook up some fantastic dishes. Throughout my career, I've been a manager at Camp David and an executive chef to the President of the United States of America. And now, thanks to Ingles, I'm glad to be cooking with you and share some great recipes that you're going to love. Now remember, the ingredients and the instructions are listed right underneath the video player at inglestable.com. So you can print a list and take it with you, or pull it up on your cell phone when you're at the store. Now, let's get cooking. Today we're starting out at Ingles and getting the ingredients to make a baklava, which I learned in the Royal Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and prepared for His Majesty, the King and Queen. Remember everybody, the ingredients and the instructions are listed right underneath the video player at inglestable.com. So you can print a list and take it with you, or pull it up on your phone when you're at the store. Now let's get cooking. Okay everybody, we're back from the store, just running around Ingles and got all our stuff, and we're gonna begin to make the baklava. All right, so we got there 2 cups of water, pretty easy. 3 cups of sugar. We often call this a simple syrup. We're just gonna stir it, and let's put them on. And we do ask if you would do this for just a short while. And he will come to a violent boil about the 5-minute mark. All right, and the only thing that is going to stop Mount Vesuvius from detonating and overflowing your entire table, which is a huge mess, it dries like candy and you have to chip it off with a hammer. The only thing that's going to keep that from doing it is just some gentle stirring like this. And I made my own rose water today. I've just got some rose petals, okay? And you can just kind of sort of make your own. You can even see how that's discolored the water slightly. The longer it sits in there, we call this macerate. Okay, the longer it macerates, the more it'll come out with the color. Okay, so there we are now at the end of the 13 minutes. And we're gonna put the lemon juice in. I've got some Del Alo. This is from Ingles. Like I said, the 100% juice, direct from Italy. The famous lemons. Let's do the little bit of orange flavoring, and we'll stir that in, or orange water. And remember, we have turned this off now, so let's put the same amount in of the rose water. Let's just set him aside. I'm going to push him up here out of the way. This is about 9 by 16. All right. And why don't we just butter him up once. I'm using salted butter from Ingles. Yeah. Ingles owns its own milk factory. Why don't we just butter him up? And this was 2 cups, I melted it. Let's bring over the star of the show, Mr. Walnut. Got some Fisher's nuts there. Got some almonds here from Laura Lynn. Okay, 8 cups of walnuts, 4 cups of almonds. Pretty easy to do. Later on, we're gonna come in with the 3rd nut for this baklava, the pistachio, the green pistachio, okay? As soon as you see a baklava that has the green pistachio on there, you're going to know right away, Arabic baklava. Let's bring our friend over here. The old Cuisinart. We're just going to process a couple of these. Let's put in some of the walnuts. Give it a little space in there. I don't ever actually turn this on, all right? That's a huge mistake a lot of people make, is to turn the machine on. It'll destroy the nuts and turn it into walnut butter. All right, so let's just pulse. right, perfect. Let's dump that out so you guys can see it in TV land. Take a look at that. And some people say, you know, I like mine a little chunkier, a little bit thicker. Okay, do it the way you enjoy it at home. Let's do the rest of them. Lickety split. And we might as well throw in some of the almonds. Okay. And we'll throw them all in. How about that? And remember, never turn the machine on. Just pulse. Okay. Why open it and stir it with a spatula when you can actually just move the machine around? Okay, it's one less thing to clean. Let's put that in. All right, 1 cup of sugar. All right, let's toss that at home. Get that sugar moved around. This is going to help it to be sweet inside. Also here, we're going to come back to the rose water. We ask for 1 teaspoon of rose water to be put into this mixture. Okay, accurately measured. You noticed how I precisely measured that. Okay, you'll actually start to get boulders that will appear. And what I use is the back of the spoon to smash. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And Robin, what if you whip this up for us, the 2 egg whites?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's just whippity-dippity. We're going to throw that in there. That's going to help bind and stick together. So when you pick up a piece, all the nuts don't go falling out. Okay? Let's bring in our phyllo dough. You want to buy 1 pound of phyllo dough. Okay, Athens, right there. When you open it up, it's going to be two bags. Okay? And this is extremely dangerous to take it out too early. And I'll ask Robin if she'll go get us a brand new dry towel out of the drawer. We're going to need that. You don't want to open this up too early. Within about 1 minute time from opening the plastic, this will turn rock hard and be destroyed. And when you go to pick it up, it'll shatter into close to 100 pieces like dust. Okay? So as soon as you unroll that, thank you, Robin, we want to cover it up. And that'll keep it from being destroyed. This is one of the trickiest things about working with phyllo dough. Okay, now, let us take that egg white, and like we said, from Chef Robin there, we'll put it in. And we call this the nut filling. And let's toss that around and get this whole thing wet. And remember to smear with the back of the spoon. Okay? And then we start to toss again. Bring that dry up from the bottom. All right, we toss that together. Let's just let that sit. A little sugar there. Let's put that over here, guys. And let's get started on the hard stuff right here. All right? We're going to go for whatever you enjoy at home. I like a Jordanian version, okay? Which means I'm going to do about 40 layers, okay? Then I'm going to dump the nutty filling in. Then I'm going to do about another 40 layers. Let's pull a layer off. This is like newspaper. If it tears and rips and destroys, don't get frustrated. I want you to lay that down in there. Do it as best you can. It may not fit in perfectly, okay? You're not going to be able to rip off the man either. Don't come up with any shortcuts like I tried it one time. I thought maybe I could do 2 layers and then butter it. That's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get rid of that or hide it. You've got to do it 1 layer at a time. If you have pieces like this and it's not cooperating, this is what you're going to do. Y'all see how thin that is? You see me through that little hole there? Okay. Very frustrating to deal with. Okay, there we go. We got the last one down now. As you can see, through the magic of TV, we had a little time lapse there. Okay. Got the last one down. And when I was saying, like, you can have a 2 or 3 or a 4 layer, instead of having put 40 layers down here today, we might have only put 30 and come in with a little bit of the filling and put it on. And then maybe another 30 layers and a little more filling. And then the final layers. And we get a 3, okay, when you pick up a piece. Today, the Jordanian way, when I was in the desert, the way they do this is just like this. All the filling. Okay. Alhamdulillah. This means it's good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. There we go. Okay, voila. And here we go. We're going to come in with the next layer. All right, here we go. We're going to start to move this phyllo around to try to make it cover the top. Look over here, the problem I'm having. No single sheet any longer will actually fit into the pan. We can just move it around. Did you see how I did that? We're going to head north, south, east, and west. Okay, I still have a miniature problem left. I'm unable to gain coverage up here. Okay. We'll put that piece up there. Look at that. Okay. Just swing it all over the dance floor. Okay. Nice sharp knife here. Let's begin. And one weird item, we're going to cut through the top. Don't try to aggressively go all the way down to the bottom like a maniac. You're just doing, I call this a pilot hole, just through the top. Notice how each time I'm also coming in with my left hand and helping to steady. Notice my Precision-Max within my cuts. How perfect. Okay, now we're going to go back. Let's go all the way down to the bottom this time. Stay in the channel. And look here when I come to the edge. I'm actually holding the knife on the edge and cutting against the glass. Let me show you this way, because what happens is once in a while they really are not happy that you're in here and disturbing them. They're down there sleeping, okay? You heard that one? What'll happen is sometimes a nut will attach itself to the blade and you have to cut his body in half against this wall. All right? Otherwise, when you pull the knife up, it'll drag up the nut that has attached itself to the blade, and it'll rip through the surface. And the objective is to ruin your dessert. Also be cautious of how filthy the blade gets. You may want to just clean it up once. Or twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 5 by 8, 40 pieces, $5 a piece, $200 return on investment. We're going to go into the oven now with this, and let's pop them in. When we come out, remember, we're going to pour the syrup all over him, and then we're going to decorate with those beautiful pistachios on top. First, we're going to do it at 350 degrees for a short amount of time, and then we drop the oven down to 300 degrees. And here we go. Let's just pour it right over the top. Just like that. It will go down in there and soak down in. All the way down in the bottom. Then we have the classic pistachio nuts. And I'm always asked why I don't graciously and liberally spread them around the entire baklava so that it's done evenly and correctly. It's actually, they don't do that. If you see this in an Arabic bakery, you'll notice it's kind of in the shape of a football. Beautiful presentation. Big favorite baklava. We're out of time for today, but I want to thank you so much for joining us here at the Ingles table. And remember, you can find this fantastic recipe, the videos, the photos, and more at the website www.inglestable.com. Until next time, I'll see you online.